back a very good afternoon to all the audience and all the speakers today. So this is the side event section for the lesson learned from Cambodia side on rehabilitation services for the victim assistance survivors. So as you can see that we have already discussed within the region already, as well as the section yesterday, about how to support victim assistance. Beyond that, it means how to support them after they are affected by landmine or explosive ordnance. So this section we will have 5 speakers to support and also share the lesson learned from Cambodia. So before we start, I would like to thank a lot to all the organizers to allow me sit Song, project coordinator of UNDP Cambodia, and I also have some experience with rehabilitation services in various international organizations, including the Humanity and Inclusion International Committee of the Red Cross, and currently I'm working for United Nations Development Program UNDP as the project coordinator disability inclusion. So I'm very happy and very honored to coordinate this section. So we have 5 speakers today. You can see we are sorry that we only have one famous gentleman here, and the rest are the famous ladies. So I just would like to quickly introduce the name and position, and after that I will give a brief background for each speaker before they are going to provide the presentation. So first of all, I would like to thank Ms. Cicely King, Country Director of Exit Worldwide, and Mr. Carson Hart, Chief Executive of the Exit Worldwide UK, Ms. Somporchen, the Prosthetic and Orthotic Mentor from Battambang Physical Rehabilitation Center, Ms. Chandi Hoi, the Deputy Director of the Trauma Care Foundation, Cambodia, and lastly, Ms. Monica Mas is the Executive Director of Cambodian Disabled People Organization. So each speaker will provide the best experience for all the audience to understand how we are doing at the moment with rehabilitation. So no further ado, I would like to give a first background of the first speaker. Ms. Cicely King is actually the famous prosthetic and orthotic in Cambodia. She got bachelor degree on the prosthetic and orthotic from La Trobe University, Australia, and also got master degree in rehabilitation from University of Strathclyde in Scotland, and currently is the PhD candidate in UK, one of the university in the world as well. Currently, Cicely is the Country Director of Exit Worldwide Cambodia, and she is also the founder of Cambodian Prosthetic and Orthotic Association as well. So Ms. Cicely will give a presentation for 7 minutes on the different financial models for the sustainable prosthetic and orthotic services in Cambodia. So please welcome and to Ms. Cicely. The floor is to you.
Thank you, sir, for very kind introductions and the detail of my professional background. And we can run the slide for now. So I'm going to try to summarize my PhD project in less than 8 minutes for this. The title of my PhD project, which has been taken about 4 years already, and I'm in the finalizations of the thesis writing right now. The project is entitled Exploring Model of Financing for Sustainability of Prosthetic and Orthotic Services in Cambodia. Next slide, please. So the background of this project is related to the context and the need in Cambodia, related to the P&O service, which was set up by the international organization, as Cambodia got lots of support from international community. Next slide, please. So this was actually as a future model that we explore in the perception of what has been happening in Cambodia, what we have learned, what has been the success and successful cases and story in Cambodia, that we can further develop the service and ensure that the sustainability of prosthetic and orthotic services will be made for the people who are in need of our care. So the project consists of 3 different studies, which I'm going to talk about. And as you know, P&O is one of the focus area. Prosthetic and orthotic services is one of the focus area in terms of victim assistance, but also the other type of disability. And the picture illustrates the interest from the Prime Minister, the ex-Prime Minister of the Royal Government of Cambodia in terms of understanding and educating about different technology, as well as what has been the development since the appropriate technologies and advanced technology in Cambodia has been introduced. Next slide, please. So my first study was looking at the narrative review of prosthetic and orthotic financing within the global health context, as we know about Cambodia, but literally what is happening in the global context has been one of the focus of my study. At the time that I started in my PhD in 2019, there was very minimal interest in terms of financing P&O in the sector of global health. But since then, from 2021, and especially at the end of 2022, there was a global report on assistive technology and rehabilitations, where Mark and other people from ICRC, from the WHO office, introduced different principles of universal health coverages, as well as the rehabilitation in terms of the 5P principle. So it has been supporting my finding in this term of review. Next slide, please. So from that, my finding was about system strengthening in the prosthetic and orthotic services within UHC, Universal Health Coverage Principle. For those of you who are aware of the UHC principle, we're looking about the 6 system building blocks in healthcare system and healthcare system strengthening. But at the same time, we also have WHO and International Society for Prosthetic and Orthotic policy over the 5P principle, where we talk about policy, product, personal provision of services, as well as people-centered approach. Next slide, please. So the conclusion from the first study in the first year was talking about co-design and co-creation through stakeholder engagement as a participatory and ownership of the local government, as well as the users and the service provider. About translating impact and practice within the policy development, policy implementation, structure management, mobilization of resources, and funding arrangement within the global health context, as well as how to influence practice guidelines at the national level, including public healthcare policies and disability service guidelines. Next slide, please. So the second study was looking at the macro environment analysis of prosthetic and orthotic services in Cambodia, looking at the political, economical, social, technological, environmental, and legal factors affecting the sustainability and P&O service financing. Next slide, please. So for those of you, you are aware that we have different levels of legal document and the binding regulatory requirement in Cambodia in terms of what we can do. So I started my review with the constitution of the national constitution of the Royal Government of Cambodia to the normal practice guidelines, so different levels of regulatory requirement in Cambodia. Among those, there were hundreds of documents which were reviewed. Next slide, please. Using the pestle analysis framework for that issue. Next slide, please. Next slide, please. Okay, so the preliminary finding for the study 2 about macro environment of P&O service and financing in Cambodia, looking at the political factor, system, and functioning workforce structure within the government ministry, especially as you know that prosthetic and orthotic service is sitting under the Ministry of Social Affairs. And also the person with disability is the responsible and guardian entity for all the center in Cambodia. For the economic factor, from the analysis, we have seen that there is a donor-reliant services in Cambodia and minimal government budget and public financial management reform that has been impacting in terms of financing to the rehabilitation service in Cambodia. At the same time, for the social factor, we have very minimal public awareness and understanding on the impact and extent of physical rehabilitation services. Even when we review the document, lots of different documents. However, when we look at the implementation, there has been very minimal implementation at that. So when we talk about technology, we also looking at the technology that is practiced in Cambodia with the need of the updating of technology. And we appreciate that there is a local products and local supply for the rehabilitation services in Cambodia, as well as we understand there's very minimal practice in the protection of and promotion of the right of person with disability. Thank you. Next slide, please. So for this, the conclusion is that in Cambodia, we have a richness in legal document in terms of the papers and policies, but really we have a big gap in the practice, real practice and implementation of those guidelines, laws and broadcasts and the sub-degree around rehabilitation. There's also a gap in financing of the P&O service in Cambodia, and that is related to the arrangement of the rehab center under the funding arrangement of Ministry of Economy and Finance under the Ministry of Social Affairs guardianship. Next slide, please. So the third study was carried out to validate and verify the finding from first study and second study. So the third study was to explore the attitude and perception of key stakeholders toward the application of social enterprise for financing of prosthetic and orthotic services in Cambodia. Next slide, please. So for that, there was a stakeholder analysis, and among all of those stakeholders, as you could see on slide, were 20 different key stakeholders from different ministries and key operators in Cambodia were interviewed. Next slide, please. So for those, I interviewed 20 different key stakeholders from different agencies who are the direct influencer and policy makers, and also the people who are providing the direct services for people with disability in Cambodia. Next slide, please. During this process, as you may know and have been mentioned in this conference, it's also a historical groundbreaking leverage. There was a letter from the Council of Ministers endorsed by the ex-Prime Minister handing over the prosthetic and orthotic services as well as P&O education into the Ministry of Health from Ministry of Social Affairs. So there has been some changes in the conditions and situation of my study. However, the preliminary finding from the study, the final study, confirmed that, next slide please. Okay. That Cambodia is standing with a world-class prosthetic and orthotic services in Cambodia. For the financing of P&O service, it has to be taken as a cross-cutting cooperation and interdisciplinary input from the government strategy and support from all the stakeholders who are working toward the sustainability of services. At the same time, stakeholder engagement and participatory development contribute to the successful framework of sustainability of rehabilitation services, particularly P&O service. And again, from this, we could see that there is a co-design and co-creation as well as co-ownership for long-term services provision will be very important and have been agreed by all the participants who are the key stakeholders from the government and non-government sector. At the same time, strong recommendation about four-pronged approach for sustainability in terms of changing of attitude of the policy makers, public practitioners, as well as the service user for the sustainability of service in terms of financing. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much, Mrs. Ri, for the presentation. So let me invite Mr. Cousin Hart. Cousin Hart is a renowned professional in the field of prosthetic and orthotic as well. He has been working with Royal Government of Cambodia and also international organization in Cambodia since 1994. He established the Cambodian School of Prosthetic and Orthotic in 1994. And then he also delivered international certificate and received ISO 2002 accreditation. He is also working with Nippon Foundation to develop regional strategy plan for Southeast Asia, prosthetic and orthotic in Cambodia, Sri Lanka, Indonesia, Philippines, Myanmar, and Thailand. Cousin has established strong relationship with high level government officials, international development agencies, donor funding agencies, United Nations, and private trusts and foundations. Cousin received the award from the Japan in 2016 and also the gold medal for humanitarian reconstruction from the Cambodian government in 2000. Cousin has been appointed as a member of University Solfor Doctoral Training Center, Management Committee, ISO, International Education Committee, ISO Executive Board, and also ISO Standard Committee. Cousin will give a 7-minute presentation on the opportunity to link physical rehabilitation services to the health sector. So please congratulate to Cousin to provide the presentation. Please, Cousin.
Could I have the first slide, please? Thank you very much for the long introduction. I think the introduction is longer than my presentation. Now I understand why I'm so tired when I have so many things to think about. I'm the Chief Executive of Exceed Worldwide and have been in international development here in Cambodia since late 1993, early 1994, as already been said. Next slide, please. Exceed was formerly the Cambodia Trust and was the Cambodia Trust from formation in the early 90s through until 2013. And because we were running programs in the region in a variety of countries, it became more and more difficult to explain why we had Cambodia Trust in Indonesia or the Philippines or in Myanmar. So the name was changed to give a name that had more energy and more positivity and a bigger scope. The 3 E's stand for enable, equip, enable, and empower. And we feel it's a very dynamic brand for persons with disability. We are a registered UK charity. We are also a limited company, limited by guarantee. We are very much partners with the Royal Government of Cambodia, and everything we have done over the last 30 years in Cambodia has been hand in glove with the government. Next slide, please. When we started here, every arrow represents a physical rehabilitation center. The 3 in red represent the ones that Exceed Cambodia Trust helped to establish under the Ministry of Social Affairs. There were at that time 6 NGOs who were supporting the centres, the largest being the International Committee for Red Cross, and they remain today, 30 years later, the largest provider of physical rehabilitation services in the country, with Exceed running second and support from Humanity and Inclusion as in the 3rd position. A number of these centres now are run exclusively by the Government of Cambodia under the Persons with Disability Foundation. Next slide, please. One of the early objectives we had, even though we arrived in country as a result of the landmine situation and the high publicity in the early 90s about landmine victims in Cambodia, we realized very early on that there was actually a big problem with other causes of disability, and the biggest one being polio. So one of the first battles we won was to include the training of orthotists at the school as well as prosthetists, so a dual qualification in prosthetics and orthotics. Under international convention and international agreement, it makes sense to share the machinery, the space, the expertise, the anatomy, the biomechanical knowledge in the provision of both prosthetic and orthotic devices. And we have done that very successfully in Cambodia with one of the few countries in the world where we have strong dual practitioners. It tends to be in the Western countries that people split into one or the other. The Prosthetics Orthotics School was done very much aimed towards sustainability, to be rid of foreign experts and build up a quality a professional here in the country that could sustain the program. So sustainability was there from our very first interaction. Next slide, please. The second leg of sustainability, if you forgive my joke, was appropriate technology. Cambodia in 1995 hosted a very important world conference at which we defined what was appropriate technology. We defined the biomechanical principles, the cosmetic principles, the comfort principles, and the functionality of prosthetic devices at that time. And the technology that is currently and still in use in Cambodia was very much developed by the International Committee for the Red Cross using polypropylene, and the polypropylene technology has spread worldwide and remains the heart of the services. And that factory has contributed again to that word sustainability. Next slide, please. The Cambodian School of Prosthetics Orthotics, now known as the Department of Prosthetics and Orthotics at the National Institute of Social Affairs, is now fully localized. We've been through a Trainer of Trainers program. We have removed international teachers, except for the occasional visiting professor. We do short training, we do research, we promote the profession, and the school has taken a very strong leadership role. Now, the sustaining of the school has been quite a struggle, but the school has been sustained largely through fee-paying students coming from other countries, and secondly, by franchising out the curriculum that has been developed in Cambodia and with the international community and teaching it in other countries, and the revenue generated from that has sustained a very valuable resource for prosthetics and orthotics in this country. We have had, the slide is a little bit out of date, we actually have 29 nationalities who have attended the school. There are currently 9 nationalities enrolled in the school at the moment, including every trainee from the Republic of Myanmar. We were one of the early NGOs to embrace ISO 9001 as a quality management system, and we believe very strongly that this industrial and managerial standard is very applicable for the sustainability of sustainable services. Next slide, please. The standards we've used working towards sustainability have come from the international community, been published by World Health Organization and endorsed by the International Society for Prosthetics and Orthotics. They are not something we made up. They're not something that an NGO produced on its own, but very much a replication of existing international standards. And we've found that those international standards have worked very well for us, and we support them 100%. Next slide, please. We have to acknowledge a great deal of support from the Nippon Foundation of Japan. And in our efforts in the region and in Cambodia over the last 30 years, they have spent between 60 and 70 million US dollars in the development of human resources to sustain an industry and a service for prosthetics and orthotics, not just in Cambodia, but in the entire ASEAN region. Next slide, please. As you were aware from the discussions earlier in the conference and from your conference book, we are currently in the middle of a transfer from the Ministry of Social Affairs, Veterans and Youth Rehabilitation, to the Ministry of Health. Originally, prosthetics, orthotics and physical rehabilitation belonged to the Ministry of Health, but in 1988, because of the high numbers of veterans who needed to be rehabilitated, it moved over to MOSFI. But according to virtually every international protocol that we can come across, and WHO policy, WHO direction, physical rehabilitation should sit inside the health paradigm. And the rehabilitation should be part of the treatment of someone from accident or disease event through to curative, through to rebuilding, through to rehabilitation, and then further back into the community. And we have suffered badly in the last years from a disconnect between medicine and rehabilitation. Now, as we make this transition, we must be very careful to reinforce and strengthen the role of MOSFI in social inclusion. That is not the role of Ministry of Health. It is the role of Ministry of Social Affairs, Veterans and Youth Rehabilitation, and is a role that must continue. We have been aware that sustainability has been failing. We have lost more than half of the workforce recently, and we have found that as international financing drops off, the level of services, the volume of services, and the quality of services across the country seems to be suffering. So that brings us down to the important point: financial sustainability. We have people, we have places, we have product, but we don't yet have financial sustainability, i.e. the services are still muddling through, patching together funding, trying to get funding together. And our work for the next few years is to try to build that financial sustainability. That's why my colleague's PhD is so important, because the research work of the last 4 years has provided the evidence base for this shift in policy. And that is absolutely crucial, that we don't move on a whim, we move on evidence, and sustainability will be built on evidence. And I think my last slide, one more slide please. As Cicely has already said, the government action has been the decree in October 2022, a transition committee with a timetable and policy document which came out in April of this year, and the intention that transfer will begin early in 2024 and will probably be a 1 to 2 year process. We also are beginning to see international support from donors, NGOs, from the various international agencies is now falling behind this action. This action was driven from the highest level of government, and the interest we have in landmines, landmine action, disability, Paralympics, and so many things that involve people with disability has never been higher than it is now in this country, and we are very grateful for that. I think one more slide. That's it, what to do. Integration within health systems, that is the next big target. There's a lot of work. You can't just drop something in. It has to be worked in, educated in, trained in. We have to convince the medical profession that rehabilitation is part of treatment. We have to carefully monitor our outcomes and make sure we are getting better outcomes, not just the same outcomes. We have to be aware that health finance is a complex area. Universal health coverage does not yet cover rehabilitation treatment, and there is a considerable body of work to build rehabilitation, physical rehabilitation, into that paradigm. That work has already begun. But last, I'm just going to make one more comment. If we look around Cambodia, if we look around developing countries, we see more and more that the private sector is a major force for development. And the private sector is not yet a major force in the service of people with disability, especially people with mobility disability, but it is coming. Already in Cambodia, there are 2 private practices offering services to people with disability who are able to pay and willing to pay for a better or a higher quality product. We are working very much through Cicely's research work and through our own efforts to develop a sustainable, blended social enterprise model, not to make money, but number one, to offer choice to people with disability in the technology they can have, if they have the means. And number two, if they wish to pay for something, we want the money to stay in the country and be cycled back in to support those who cannot afford, to support the universal health coverage system, and for future investment in practitioners that this country will need for generations. Thank you very much for your time. I hope I didn't overrun. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Carson. And I would like to encourage all participants, please kindly note your question, because we would like to have 3 more speakers to finish first, and then we will open for question and answer. So you already received some information about the financing barriers to support physical rehabilitation, education, and also model of modern or enterprise rehabilitation that would be support to the rehabilitation sector in Cambodia. So and next, I would like to bring you to understand more about one of physical rehabilitation services that will be presented by Ms. Sampochin. Sampochin is the protested and audited 10-year experience in the field of rehabilitation center in one of the province called Battambang province. She received a diploma in protested and audited in 2013 in the School of Protested and Audited, and she got bachelor degree in Protested and Audited from Maidol University, and she also get the master degree in management in one of the university in Cambodia. Currently, Sampor is the Protested and Audited mentor for 2 physical rehabilitation centers in Cambodia. Sampor will give around 8-minute presentation about physical rehabilitation services in one of the big physical rehabilitation center in Cambodia. So please give a round of applause to Sampor. Over to you, Sampor.
Good afternoon, Excellency and respected participants. Yeah, my name is Sampor again, and I will do the presentation about the service providing by the center in Battambang. This is the picture and the full names of our rehabilitation center in Battambang. And I will talk in shortcut as a PRCBAA. Next slide, please. So I'm going to present about the service in Battambang, and I'm going to cover 5 major points. One is the background and the center facility, main service providing by the center currently, and achievement in 2023. And finally is conclusion. Next slide, please. As you know that the Physical Rehabilitation Center in Battambang is located in the northwestern of the country, and it is the biggest center amongst 11. And it was established in October 2, 1992 by Muswi in close cooperative with ICRC. At the beginning of 2014, Muswi handed over the center to PWDF, and there are 50 staff currently working in Battambang. By October 2nd, 2023, there are 26,643 registered for our services. All the service providing in our center are free of charge. Next slide, please. So this is the main province that covered by our center. One is Posat, and second Battambang, Banteay Meanchey, and Odor Meanchey, and finally Pailan. Next slide, please. The main purpose of providing the service in our center is to facilitate the activity of daily living and also to promote the dignity and worth of the person with disability, to also reduce the poverty in the community and society. Next slide, please. And the facility in our center, we have a management office, prosthetic and orthotic section that we call workshop, and also the physiotherapy section, social integration section, and also dormitory and kitchens. Next slide, please. The main service provided in our center such as prosthetic and orthotic services, and also the postural supports, walking aids, and also assistive device, and the physiotherapy services. And also we have the outreach program, which brings our service to community, closer to the person with disability community. And also the social integration service. And also we have the referral service for specific people with disability. Next slide, please. So this is the prosthetic and orthotic service, like we do casting, and also you can see the picture, what we make in our center currently. Next slide, please. And here is some activity of rectification by our P&O in the rectification room. Next slide, please. And also we also provide the wheelchair to the people with disability who need the wheelchair. Next slide, please. And all of these are assistive device and working aids that we also provide to the service user currently. Next slide, please. And here are some activities, get trainings, and also physiotherapy treatments for patients. Next slide, please. And this is our outreach program, repairing and replacing the part needed in the community. Next slide, please. And also this is the outreach program in the picture. Next slide, please. In addition, we also provide the accommodation for patients. So the person who is difficult for traveling, like they come from very far province, and also they need to stay in the center, they can also stay without any payment. And also transportation, and the food provides 3 meals per day in our center. Next slide, please. And this is the data and also the main achievements in 2023. As you can see in the picture, the number of the received service, 6,751, in which you can see the women who also receive the service, and the survival from explosive ordnance. And the second is the number received in outreach, as you can see the pictures, and also the number. Yeah. And what we produce, the prosthetic and orthotics, over 1,000 prosthetic and orthotic, prosthetic. And also the prosthetic delivery to the landmine victim is 702. And also assistive walking aid and wheelchair, and also the treatment from PT. Next slide, please. So conclusion, since the center have been running by PWDFs and with close supportive from ICRC, and also this year from Nippon Foundation, from PWDFs. Yes, from UNDP, I'm sorry. So we still can provide the service to the landmine survival for free of charge, and we also we still need the support from more donors for sustainability of our services. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much, Sampos, for the comprehensive presentation of the center services. So let me introduce another presentation. So we are going to a little bit in community. That is one of the specialized rehabilitation techniques. So I would like to introduce you the audience, Ms. Chandi Huis. She is the medical assistant and midwife inclusive specialist with over 20 years experience in Cambodia. She has coordinated first aid and obstetric emergency training for over 10 years and got master degree on public health from Mahadol University. So Chandi is also completed bachelor degree in management and also diploma on non-doctor in major surgery in setting with human resources for health in Gotland, Sweden. She is also working for various international organizations, including ICRC, Church World Service Cambodia, and currently she is working as the Deputy Director of Trauma Care Foundation. So Chanti will give around 8-minute presentation about the mirror therapy for phantom limb pain and stump pain. That is one of the randomized controlled trial research. So please congratulate to the presentation of Chanti. Over to you.
Yeah. Good afternoon, and Your Excellency, ladies and gentlemen, and thank you for the opportunity that I can share the work that I have done in the organization. We talk about one of the study about mirror therapy that we provide to the amputee in rural area of Cambodia at Battambang province. So this we take this model to study for the amputee after, post injury or amputation in that area, in the target area. So this model or mirror therapy, it can reduce the pain and stump pain. So next slide, please. This will cover in 6 sections: background, objective and method, result and conclusion, reference. So in the background, Trauma Care Foundation, we work in the rural area of Battambang province, Thailand and Bantiminjai. So we practice this training. First, we are the technical organization that provide first aid training to health center, to hospital for the build chain of survival. We provide training to VHV, first aid, first village helper in the village, also villager. This the aim of training for help the people, help the amputee or the injury people from the spot, the explosion area. So they have this knowledge that can help people from injury stop bleeding, refer to the healthcare service. We have done this in order to help the mind injury people from the spot to hospital for intervention and care. So after we found that those people that have after amputation always have unpleasant sensation, pain on the phantom, we call phantom limb pain and stump pain. Mainly the people from working in the field, in their farmland, they complain of much pain. So we provide treatment to them through mirror therapy. Those people, they are very poor, that working in the rural area, and also we found that at least 50% of the people undergo amputation, that suffer from the phantom limb pain and also stump pain. It positively associated with the phantom limb pain, and this method that we brought, they have used for in 1992 by Dr. Ramachandran. This they use mirror visual feedback, mirror therapy, the treatment for chronic pain of the central stroke, after stroke. Yeah. Next slide, please. So the objective of this study was to examine the effect of the mirror and tactile therapy on phantom and stump pain in patients with traumatic amputation, with a particular reference to amputee in low-income countries. Next, please. This is the method that we use in the study. So we call arms randomized treatment. So the study, I cannot read. Sorry. For the study, we conduct an open randomized crossover case controls designs in rural area, and we take the sample 45 landmine victims in trans-tibial amputation was allocated to 3 treatment arms: mirror therapy, tactile therapy, and combined mirror and tactile therapy. As you see in the arms, first, arrow number 1, mean mirror therapy, and T, tactile therapy. So treatment 1, mirror therapy, if respond, it will go to the endpoint. And if non-respond, we change to tactile therapy. As you see in the arrow that show on the slide. And tactile, we take, if respond, it will go into the endpoint. And if no response, we change to the mirror therapy. And the third, mirror, we combine mirror therapy with the tactile therapy. So this the methodology method that we provide treatment to the amputee 45 landmine victim. And the intervention consists of 5 minutes of treatment morning, 5 minutes in the morning and 5 minutes in the evening. For 4 weeks, we saw that the endpoint estimate of phantom limb pain, stump pain, physical function were registered 3 months after treatment. And please click to the video for 3 minutes for the demonstration that how we provide treatment to the amputee.
ការឈឺចាប់លើអវយវៈដែលបានកាត់បាត់ទៅហើយជាផលវិបាកក្រោយការវះកាត់មួយការឈឺចាប់បែបនេះមានអត្រាប្រេវឡង់ពី 50 ទៅ 90% នៅក្នុងប្រទេសកម្ពុជាមានអត្រាប្រេវឡង់ប្រហែលជា 68% តទៅនេះជាវិធីនៃការបំបត្តិការឈឺចាប់លើអវយវៈដែលបានកាត់បាត់ទៅហើយ
ការព្យាបាលកញ្ចក់នោះគឺយើងព្យាបាលសម្រាប់បំបត្តិការឈឺចាប់ជើងខ្មោចជើងដែលបាត់បង់ទី2បំបត្តិការកន្ត្រាក់សាច់ដុំនៅជើងពិការបើយើងបាំងជើងពិការទៅនៃបងឯងមើលហើយវិធីព្យាបាលនោះគឺគេព្យាបាល4អាទិត្យម្ដង5នាទីព្រឹក5នាទីល្ងាច5នាទីហើយដល់ពេលដែលបងធ្វើគឺជើងបងចាប់ផ្ដើមធ្វើចលនាមកធ្វើសន្លឹងលេខយើងសន្លឹងទៅចោលបាទហើយបដិអារម្មណ៍បាទមកមានឃើញជើងពីទីព្យាបាលយើងមាន2យ៉ាងពីរប្រភេទទី1កញ្ចក់ប្រភេទទី2នេះសម្ភារៈដែលមានដូចជាកណាត់ឈើច្រាស់ថ្មហើយនឹងស្លាបមាន់ហើយការព្យាបាលនេះគឺយើងធ្វើព្យាបាលដូចគ្នានឹងកញ្ចក់ដែរយើងធ្វើ2ដងដូចគ្នាម្ដង5នាទីព្រឹក5នាទីល្ងាច5នាទីហើយវិធីព្យាបាលនេះគឺយើងមិនអាចជាធ្វើម្នាក់ឯងបានទេអញ្ចឹងយើងត្រូវទៅរៀនគ្រួសារឬក៏ដៃគូយើងជួយធ្វើហើយយើងធ្វើនេះគឺដើម្បីបញ្ញោចអារម្មណ៍ដូចនឹងកញ្ចក់ដែរបញ្ញោចអារម្មណ៍គឺបញ្ញោចខួរក្បាលដើម្បីឲ្យខួរក្បាលនោះវាប្រែសម្រួលដូចដើមហើយវិធីព្យាបាលនេះគឺទី1គឺយើងចាប់ផ្ដើមអុសសើពីលើដល់ក្រោមនេះអញ្ចឹងយើងធ្វើដេញវាមកពីលើមកហើយយើងធ្វើជុំវិញមកចេះមកពីលើទៅទៀតមកដេញដល់ក្រោមយល់ទេបងបាទអញ្ចឹងច្រាស់នេះ1នាទីយើងធ្វើទៅបាន1នាទីយើងឈប់ហើយយើងចាប់ដល់ថ្មនេះយើងធ្វើដូចគ្នាយើងអូសពីលើដូចគ្នាអូសពីលើបថាដល់នេះហើយអារម្មណ៍យើងគឺយើងបដិអារម្មណ៍ទៅលើនេះដេញជុំវិញទាំងអស់ក្រោមហើយជំហាន1នាទីដែរហើយបន្ទាប់មកយើងធ្វើឈើអញ្ចឹងដើម្បីវាឲ្យវារញោចនេះវាខុសគ្នាវាមានថ្មទឹកក្រៀតមានឈើរលោងអីចឹងអញ្ចឹងវាឈើនេះ1នាទីដូចគ្នាយើងធ្វើដេញយឺតធ្វើគ្រប់1នាទីយើងទៀងម៉ោងទៀងនាទីបងអញ្ចឹងគ្រប់នេះហើយយើងចាប់ដើមធ្វើកណាត់យើងធ្វើដូចគ្នាបត់ទៅមកហើយយើងដាក់វាមកទាញពីលើដូចគ្នា ยืดยืดกลมเลือนบัดท่ายังครบมวยนิดนี้ยังโดนนี่จะสลับกันไอ้สลับมันยังเท่าโดยเนี่ยโอเคเลยโดยเนี่ยโอเคไหมចឹងមួយទី5មុខ5
So this is the way that we provide or we teach to the amputee people to have their own treatment by mirror and tactile. So next slide. Okay. As a result, these 3 interventions, it were associated with more than 50% reduction in visual analog scale, rate, phantom limb pain and stump pain. Another point, combined mirror tactile treatment had a significant better effect on phantom limb pain and stump pain than mirror or tactile therapy. The difference between the 3 treatment arms were, however, slight and hardly for clinical relevance. After treatment, the reduction of pain remained unchanged for an observation period for 3 months. So after this treatment, 3 months we observed them, we asked them, we found that the pain, it was no more pain, I mean static. So after 3 months, yeah. Next slide. For the conclusion, the study document that 4-week treatment period with mirror and or tactile therapy significantly reduced phantom limb pain and stump pain after transtibial amputation, and we recommend to use mirror because it is easy to move around and no need helper, as we demonstrate for just before slide. So next slide. The next slide, as a result, from July 2021 to November 2022, TCF received grants from UNDP through Clearing Result Project, and through this grant we have covered, next slide please, number of phantom limb pain receive training on mirror therapy techniques and treatment, total 509, and among that 25 people, 25 females. Number of follow-up among the 509 case, the number we follow up 475. Among that, 21 females. And this, we analyzed that as a baseline, vast scale baseline, mean the reduction point 7.64 to end line 1.57. So it was reduction, reduced pain. Next. So this reference that you can read from the method that they have studied. So
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Thank you so much, Bong Chandi. So let me quickly introduce to the audience Ms. Monica Mak. Ms. Monica Mak is the famous lady who is the actor and person who promote empowerment of persons with disabilities with 25 organizations of persons with disabilities and also 15 women with disability forum organization. She have various experience in disabilities advocacy and also disability inclusion for more than 15 years. So currently, Monica was promoted to be the director of the Disabled People Organization. So Monica will provide around 8-minute presentation about how to provide inclusive skill training support and livelihood opportunity to the landmine and explosive remnant of survivor and family. So please congratulate and over to Ms. Monica.
First of all, really good afternoon, delegate, ladies, gentlemen, and friends. I hope all of you enjoy Cambodia and have a great session yesterday and today. So today is very great for me to share with you our result from the implement project with the promoting inclusive skill training for landmine and survivor and families. So next slide, please. Next. Okay, so right now I'm going to share with you probably in 7 points, but please go to the next slide because of timing. So before start for my result from the project, let me brief about the CDPO and thank the moderator for brief about CDPO, but let me a little bit short brief about our organization. We can say Cambodia Disabled People Organization is the movement disability in Cambodia, and until right now we have 75 OPDs in the rural area, and 75 OPD we have 11 women and children forum in each province. So the main point that CDPO is working on, we are promote the right of persons with disability, and we are work for the representative of persons with disability in our country. The main point that we are going to do is for the national level, we are advocate and lobby with the policy makers, mostly with the government. And for the subnational level, the OPD work closely with the authority in the rural area. Right now, I can say here is the man who are, in our network meeting, that he raised something, any concern to the, the real need of people with disability in the rural area. Because normally we have our regional quarterly meeting among our members. So normally they come and to raise any concern, and we really find the best solution for all of us. So next slide, please. So coming back for our project area, for this project we have selected with 3 areas: Bat Dambong, Banti Miên Chay, and Pailan. And with 3 areas, we select with 4 OPD who are going to implement in the subnational level, the rural area. Because we have 2 in Bat Dambong and one OPD in Banti Miên Chay, and the other one to the Pailan. And this project is funding from the COICA through the UNDP. Okay, next slide, please. Let me brief about the objective for the project. We have a specific with two objectives that we're going to do, and in the past and until now. We are the landmine survivors and the families select and complete the inclusion skill training, and to make sure that the expectation to be reached out with 3 areas that I have mentioned earlier. And the second one is support and opportunity through the referral services system. Normally, because we have many different referral services, first regarding to skill training, vocational training, and the other one for job opportunity and self-employed. So next, please. This is our methodology. We have coming up with 5. We have many methodology, but let me brief only 5 here. First, we collaboration with authority in the rural areas and to find out the real need of person with disability, mostly with the landmine victim, and sometimes we need to conduct the awareness regime to them, how to aware the person with disability, the landmine victim. And the second one, we are trying to, conduct or to develop the list of training that need to, to provide to person with disability. And also, support their family, because we have 2 kinds of supporting. Normally, we have one is specific, we support 2 persons with disability, and the other one to their family. Because we can find out if the person with disability, they still, need support from the family, so we will, direct to family, and family can support for 2 persons with disability. So the third one, it underlies the data for landmine survivors and families with the 3 area. Because I just highlight that data is very important since yesterday and today. For this time, I would to say that data only the area that we are working for. So with the 3 provinces, we have our own data in hand. So the number 4, it identify and interview landmine victim and also the family and provide the training need and expectation for referral system. And this time, because I can say maybe the landmine victim, they are not the same issue, the same need. Probably they have some specific issue that link to the need. So we refer the need of people with disability. I can say like that. After we identify the need, we can refer system. We can refer to them for the vocational training or to job opportunity, something like that. So the next, please. So this is the result from our project. As you see that in the first row, it means we got the 314 person with disability, and among that is 164 women who have attended vocational training centers. And the second one on the right side, we have 229 persons with disability. Among that, we have 122 women with disability complete the training, vocational training. And the last one, the number is 115, and among that, 64 women with disability got job and sell businesses. When we say about in here, the sell business, it means the own sell. It means small business skill or small business development. Like if they have soft skill and they have complete the skill, we will provide some technical and support for them to open the business. So the next, please. This is just just the thought of the beneficiary that they think after got the services from the project, they happy and they enjoy with the vocational training skill, and they think that it's after they complete, they can earn income to support and to survive their family. This is the case number 1, and we have the other 2. It's case number 2. Next, please. It's the same, something like that. Yep. This is for the woman, the family of women who have, because her husband is a landmine survivors, and right now he is, attend the vocational training center, how to sew the dress or something, the third tier. So after the training, he got the business at home. That's why in the same time, during the small business, earn income at home, she also have time to look after or take care of her husband. Okay, the next, please. So even we have, even we have the achievement or many results that I briefed in earlier, but in the same time, we also have the challenges coming up for the project. First, it means we can find out we don't have official data for landmine victim and family. As I informed earlier that for us, because we are the pilot project, we select only 3 based on the budget and based on the result. So we don't have the whole for the country. That's why I see how this is also the challenges. I think it's not far from our speaker mentioned. And number 2 is the most landmine survivor, and honestly speaking, some of them is too old and very poor. That's why their family is willing to get the skill training. So example like the skill training, it is our target is direct to the individual or the landmine victim. If we find out the landmine victim, sometimes they cannot catch up with the new thing, and they all and with the with the poor condition, we will try to train to their family. The third one, we can find out that the challenges is some landmine survivors did not attend the regional vocational training center, because the some training center is lack of the I can say that here it means like if they have take time to attend the training, somehow they also need support for daily life. So they like to finding the job opportunity or anything that they can survive their family. And the last one, I can say that from my understanding, we are still don't have the networking on the landmine victim. Because I think this one is very important. Well, the landmine victim in here, I'm focusing on the subnational level. Because when we have networking on the landmine victim or landmine survivor, they can share experience, they can say the real need of the landmine victim who are really need and what to support each other. This is that we highlight that this is the challenges. So the next slide, please. And also the lesson learned from the project, we find out the really good, collaboration with the training service providers and awareness campaigns. This is number 1. And our number 2, the lesson learned is a good cooperation with local authority to improve the implementation of the project, include data, include the referral system, and include the project monitoring. And the third one, outreach activity of OPD is community with the landmine survivors and family, promote trust and the confidence to participate in skill training. Because in the previous, it seemed like when they become the landmine victim, somehow they don't want to go out. They feel afraid and they feel something. So it seems less them behind. But right now, it seems we try to provide any support for them, so that they have a chance to go to the society and fully participation in society. So the last one, referral landmine victim and family to the vocational training center, and to make sure that all of them can better, understanding and better living standard. Yes. So the next slide, please. This is the last slide that I'm going to share you with 2 conclusion and recommendation. What I can learn is what that we can recommendation for the next step. It means vocational training skills are very important for the landmine victim and also family who did not have a job or any business. And the second one is for the finance support. I heard many times since yesterday and today's session. We say many things, many times regarding to the finance support, also very important. Provide grant support or provide loan, example like that. Because when they graduate or they, complete this vocational skill training, but somehow they really need support or grant to open business. If not, they cannot use their skill to earn money. This is the point that we're going to highlight in here. When they have a small business, they can earn income. It means the income generation, income coming up immediately. So we can say the one part that we contribute to the poverty. Yeah, this is all my slide. And I have one thing that is not from the project, but just a general recommendation that landmine victim is very important, especially for person with disability. I can say person with disability is landmine victim. So what we are going to do for us, I think all delegate, gender, friends could consideration with 3 points before, during, and after. I still say like that. Why? Because something that not happened yet. We do something that awareness raising to make something that they can protect protect themselves is not feel become the disability. This either before. During what I'm saying right now, it means if they are become the landmine victim, how could we survive them? The first thing that we never forgot since this morning is counseling skill, mental health is very important. Mental health to provide short counseling for them to feel confident, to make sure that all of them feel happy and adapt it, because when we cannot get back, we need to go way forward and thinking something that can survive themselves. And also the referral system is also very important. How to refer to health, how to refer to physical rehabilitation, how to refer to the physiotherapy, etc. After also very important for us to consideration to make sure that all of them they have some recovery plan. The plan, it means like we provide the training, we provide anything, but somehow we need sustainable, we need all of them to aware with it. Example, like we refer them to the vocational training center, like the sewing, weaving, etc. But we want to make sure that all of them can have money to open business. If not, it nothing happen. It's still empty. This is my point. So thank you very much for your attention. If you have any question, feel free to asking me. Yeah. So no left one behind. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Ms. Monica Bas. So I'm very sorry to the audience because actually we're supposed to start the next section at 3:30. So now it's around 6 or 7 minutes already passed. So we are sorry that we cannot provide opportunity for the audience to give the question. But I'm sure that the speaker will be around, so you can find them if you have any question. So the final word, we would like to acknowledge and appreciate for the contribution of the all speaker for this section. And we wish all the speaker and audience to be success and enjoy the next section and enjoy the stay in Cambodia and your flight back. Thank you so much. We would like to conclude the section now. Thank you.